Chris Woakes held his nerve to guide England to a tense 4-run win in the third one-day international against New Zealand at Westpac Stadium. Woakes was handed the pressure of defending 15 from the final over, and he did not disappoint as Eoin Morgan's team scraped home, despite an unbeaten century from home captain Kane Williamson, to take a 2-1 series lead with 2 to play. Williamson, back from the hamstring injury that ruled him out of England's series-levelling victory in Mount Maunganui last Wednesday, took his team to the brink of a remarkable win after they had collapsed to 103 for 6 in the 25th over of their chase. But he was left stranded on 112 not out after failing to find the boundary his team required to either win or tie the game from the final ball. England had made 234 on a difficult Wellington pitch but came back into this game thanks to their spinners, including 3 for 36 from Moeen Ali, the all-rounder's best figures of a difficult winter in Australia and New Zealand. "It was a brilliant game of cricket. Again," said Morgan. "We took a huge amount of commitment and overthinking to assess this pitch. We just couldn't get going. The sun was out and it was a hot day. We knew we would have been in the game if we got somewhere between 220 to 240. Our spin twins did a fantastic job on a wicket that offered some turn. The pressure shifted a little bit with the Williamson-Santner partnership. It was a very tight game. Could have gone either way. Woakes is Mr. Reliable. He's a bit of an unsung hero for us with bat and ball." England had lost all 4 of their previous ODIs at this stadium, including chastening defeats by New Zealand and Sri Lanka at the 2015 World Cup. Losing the toss was not what they needed, especially as nobody was quite sure what a good total on this dog of a drop in pitch was. Kane Williamson's 112 wasn't enough for New Zealand. Getty. Its two-paced nature and variable bounce was illustrated perfectly by the innings of Ben Stokes, who was twice surprised by deliveries that reared up and hit just 2 boundaries during a 73-ball knock of 39. Stokes had timed the ball imperiously to lead home his side's run chase 4 days previously. Timing the ball on this pitch, though, was far more challenging, and England, so used to posting huge totals since their limited overs reboot 3 years ago, only hit 2 sixes in the entire innings. That was evidenced by the fact Johnny Bairstow took 12 balls to get off the mark. But along with Jason Roy, both openers fell in the first 17 overs as England slipped to 68 for 3. In between those 2 dismissals was a curious innings from Joe Root, who raced to 20 from 22 balls but was then caught trying to hit Colin de Grandhomme over the top. The innings was held together by a 71-run stand between Morgan and Stokes spanning 19.2 overs. By the time Morgan was bowled trying to cut Tim Southee, he had made 48 and his team were 139 for 4 in the 36th over. That total had advanced to 166 for 4 after 40 overs. But both Stokes and Josh Buttler fell to Sodhi and England lost 6 wickets for 60 runs in the final 10 overs. Given the conditions, that still looked a good total. Adil Rashid appeals for a LBW call on Henry Nicholls. Getty. Despite the early loss of Martin Guptill, Chris Woakes striking in the 3rd over, New Zealand started their chase in confident fashion as Colin Munro and Williamson guided their team to 47 for 1 after 10 overs. The pair put on 68 before Adil Rashid made a crucial breakthrough. Munro on 49, the victim of a brilliant catch by Stokes at short cover. Little was anyone to know that wicket maiden from Rashid and inspirational fielding from Stokes would spark a remarkable collapse by the Black Caps, who slipped to 103 for 6 in the 25th over after losing 4 wickets for 6 runs. Moen struck twice with the final 2 balls of the 21st over. Mark Chapman caught it slip after charging down the wicket and Tom Latham trapped LBW. Rashid then had Henry Nicholls out LBW for a duck in the next over before Moen, denied his hat-trick by Williamson, soon picked up his 3rd wicket when de Grandhomme picked out Woakes at long on. That brought the dangerous Mitchell Santner to the crease. He had hit 108 unanswered runs in the first 2 ODIs and might have been out on 2 here when Roy claimed a diving catch off Rashid. Mark Wood in action as he attempts to catch the ball. Getty. Yet he survived because video replays proved inconclusive as to whether the catch was clean. With Williamson set, New Zealand's 7th wicket pair got the required runs down to 67 from the final 10 overs. England badly needed a wicket, especially when the equation for a home win was whittled down to 36 from 30 balls. And it came in the 46th over thanks to a brilliant run-out. Woakes managing to get a hand on Williamson's return shot before the ball clattered into the stumps, to send Santner on his way and end a stand of 96. New Zealand 199 for 7 and with Williamson in the 90s. Now needed 36 from 28 balls. But with TM Curran's next over going for 9. That came down to 25 from 18. Woakes struck in the 48th over. Southey holing out. But with Williamson still in, the game was in the balance. New Zealand's captain brought up his 100 with a 4 from Curran's first ball of the 49th over. His team needing 18 from 11. By the start of the final over, 15 runs were required, with Williamson on strike. But Woakes closed out a tense win for England despite a Williamson 6 that left his team needing just 7 from 3 balls.